From lederhosen to giant pretzels, let us show you the exciting, chaotic and unforgettable world of Munich's legendary Oktoberfest, along with some insider tips and tricks to make the most of it.
Oktoberfest had been on our bucket list for years, and it absolutely lived up to the hype. The mix of exhilaration and chaos, with thousands of revelers drinking litre steins and eating surprisingly good food, was unlike anything we'd ever experienced before. Before heading in for our massive day, we had to fuel up, and our German friends made sure we did it properly, filling us up with a traditional Bavarian breakfast. This included the Weisswurst, which is a white sausage, heated, not boiled, in hot water, a pretzel, and the traditional sweet mustard accompaniment. We washed it all down with a delicious wheat beer.
We're in Munich. We're going to Oktoberfest. I am so excited. I don't know what to expect, but let's see where the day takes us.
You got a cute outfit on, look at this, yeah. What's it called? Dirndl?
Yeah, I can't pronounce it. Drindle. We were staying a few metro stops away from the festival, and our way in, seeing everyone dressed in traditional Bavarian outfits, was making us so excited.
Wow. Even though it was still early, the crowds were definitely building. I didn't really know what to expect, but the famous beer tents were so much bigger than I'd imagined. I'd always pictured canvas marquees, but in reality, they're more like massive beer halls or warehouses. It was so amazing seeing all the famous brew houses like Hofbrau and Paulaner in person.
We're going into the Haka tent, which is meant to be decorated beautifully.
It's our first one, let's go check it out.
The first tent that we entered was Haka, because our friends had arrived a couple of hours earlier and luckily secured a table just for the morning. As we stepped inside, the first thing that struck us was the ceiling. This tent is famously known as Bavarian Heaven, thanks to its elaborate sky-themed decor. White and blue fabric, clouds and stars that make it look just like the open sky. We found our seats, ordered our first gigantic 1-litre steins, and let the atmosphere and traditional music get us in the Oktoberfest mood. The vibe was so cool. After about an hour, the next group with the reservation arrived, so we had to give up the table and search for another spot. In most tents, you need a table to order food or drinks, and tables were like gold, incredibly hard to find. But we eventually secured a place in the beer garden. We ordered more beer and tried the famous Oktoberfest roast chicken, which was honestly delicious. A fun fact, over 500,000 roast chickens are eaten every year at Oktoberfest.
We're getting through the day here at Oktoberfest and getting a little bit drunk, to be honest. We're gonna jump on some rides now and then see where the night takes us.
Ready to explore more of Oktoberfest, we headed out into the Carnival area with all the rides. By this point, the beers were definitely starting to kick in.
It's so busy.
It's a bit crazy, isn't it?
We had so much fun here, but leaving the tent may have been a mistake. The crowds had become so intense that the staff were closing off many of them and not letting anyone else inside. We were genuinely worried that we wouldn't get in anywhere else.
Still trying to find somewhere to go, we headed over to Oide Wiesn, Old Oktoberfest, and managed to get into the traditional tent. The atmosphere was much more family friendly, not as rowdy or wild as the main tents, but it was actually a really cool place to relax and enjoy the Oompa bands, dancing and even some whip cracking performances. After drinking more than we probably should have, we went back out to the fairgrounds and decided to ride the Ferris Wheel. From the top you can see the entire Oktoberfest grounds, absolutely massive, and fully appreciate the scale of the crowds pouring in. It was the perfect, peaceful way to end a fun-filled and exhausting day.
It's a week after Oktoberfest. I put the Lederhosen back on to reflect on what we learned and our tips for anyone else going next year. I think Tip number 1 would be to avoid Saturdays. It was absolute chaos. They even locked the gates and told anyone that didn't have a table booking that they had to go home. It was incredible. I think any other day of the week would be better. Tip number 2 ties in with the first one, and that is to try and book a table, but this is definitely easier said than done. Bookings open up between January and March, the year of the festival, but local Germans typically get to get in first and secure all the afternoon and evening bookings, so there aren't many left.
And you're wearing tip number 3, aren't you?
Tip number 3 is to buy your outfit after the previous year's Oktoberfest because you can get some great deals. This cost me about €50 secondhand, and Grace's outfit was about €100. But if you wait until the weeks of the event, you're going to pay anywhere from €150 up to almost $1,000 for the really good quality stuff.
And you've got the real deal. I think it's actual suede leather.
Bargain.